Hey everyone, I know it's been a while since I've made any videos on the channel, a bit over 2 years, so I just thought of giving out a quick update on what I'm doing, whether I'm still cubing, and other things that are going on right now. And I promise this one's going to be quick because last time I made a similar video, I rambled on for nearly 20 minutes, so I took it down. And without further ado, just let's get into it. First off, I really hope everyone's doing okay. Of course, it's been a really rough couple of years with the pandemic for everybody. For me, there was a silver lining with all the lockdowns and everything because it really allowed me to buckle down and focus. First, on getting my master's degree and also securing good internships. And I'm pretty happy that at the end of last year, I graduated with my master's from business school. And coming to next steps, I'm shortly going to be moving to London, hopefully by the end of this month, as I'm still waiting for my work permit to come through. I found a job in London shortly after graduation, and I'm still living in France as I have done since the end of 2018. But to be honest, I'm really excited about the move because it'll be a new job and a new environment, and of course, meeting different types of people. Now, coming to cubing, which is why I think a lot of you are probably watching this video, I didn't really cube a lot in the last couple of years, to be fair. There were months where I just didn't even touch a cube, and honestly, I didn't feel like I was missing out on much. Obviously, competitions being cancelled played a major part in that. And of course, at the same time, as I mentioned earlier, I was quite busy with school and internships and all that. But at the same time, I kind of realized what I pretty much knew all along, that I really enjoyed the idea of competing and being good at competing versus actually enjoying cubing as a hobby. But with competitions coming back in full force this year, I was once again bit by the cubing bug, maybe around February or March. And I started doing a lot of solves. I actually switched buffers for corners to UFR from UBL. And I did the switch in around 1 month, which for me is pretty fast considering that I'm not a very fast learner. This was probably just through like a lot of untimed solves, just corners only solves, and then of course full blindfolded solves. Added up to several hours a week, and I did compete in 3 competitions this year so far in France, but unfortunately my results were not so great. Despite some great opportunities because there were 8 rounds of blindfolded, 3 by 3 blindfolded across these 3 competitions. And there were some really good scrambles and opportunities for me to beat my national records. But unfortunately, as you can see, that did not really materialize. But what really stung was not just not being able to improve my NRs, but the fact that I wasn't even close to improving them. Despite the fact that I was now using objectively better techniques like the switch to UFR, cleaning up some of my old UF edge commutators, and also using floating in some solves where it was applicable. That's why going forward, I've decided to not extensively practice 3 by 3 blindfolded anymore. I just think that it's a massive investment of time, and I'm seeing increasingly diminishing returns. Um, Perhaps my natural potential in the event, if I practiced long enough with the right techniques, could be sub 20, maybe further. But I think I've come fairly close to that, especially considering that this is not something I do for a living and this is not something I'm 100% passionate about, as crazy as that may seem. But yeah, I just think that this time that I've been investing into this event could be directed towards other pursuits in life, and that's kind of what I want to do. Like, I have other goals, personal projects on the side. I've always wanted to start a second YouTube channel, perhaps about career, business, non-cubing related stuff. Haven't really had the time or energy to do that. I've also picked up some other hobbies, some sports during the COVID time. I started rock climbing. I've been going to the gym. Started powerlifting. I'm not sure I want to turn those into competitive hobbies as well, like I have with cubing. But I guess time will tell. I'll probably be spending a bit more time focusing on those. But I do want to address a couple of points. The first one being, despite, of course, not performing my best at recent competitions, I have been finishing on the podium, and people often ask me like why I don't look happier or more enthused when I'm podiuming or just, getting to attend competitions when, some parts of the world are still not because of COVID or, other issues. I do appreciate, what success I have. I'm not gonna take anything for granted, but at the same time, it's that mentality of, trying to push myself, always be the best version of, who I can be, and never being satisfied is what's gotten me to, the point I am today. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's in one perspective, if I was easily satisfied or if I was just not that driven, I would have probably quit early when I started off blind solving in competitions with 11 straight DNFs. I would have probably quit when, right, like 1 or 2 months after I got my first NR mean, Kabiana literally came and absolutely smashed it by reducing it by like 25 seconds or something. He broke the world record. I would have quit when I was, for 5 years in a row, I was just in the top two or top three of the national rankings, and I just couldn't break through and get that elusive national record in 3x3 blindfolded. But all these times I didn't because of that mentality that, okay, I've not yet achieved my full potential and I have to keep going until I get there. But the other side of this, as I mentioned, it's a double-edged sword, is that now with diminishing returns, with amount of hours that I'm practicing, and this, as I mentioned, being something that's not giving me complete fulfillment and happiness just by, doing it without expecting any results in return. I just feel that, mentally it's a bit exhausting and I have to do other things. But the second point I want to mention is circumstances do change. And right now they're telling me it's probably best to, walk away for a bit, not practice as much as before, maybe compete a lot less. But circumstances can change. We've seen this in sports with other athletes. We've seen Michael Jordan, obviously dominant in basketball, won 3 championships, and unfortunately his father was murdered, and he decided to play baseball for a couple years before coming back to basketball. And we've seen this in the NFL with Tom Brady recently saying he's going to retire and unretiring in very quick time, like within 2 months. We've seen this in golf with Tiger Woods taking a couple sabbaticals, obviously the infamous cheating scandal, and more recently because of the severe car accident that he had, and then proceeding to come back both times. So I'm not gonna just pretend like I'm never gonna touch a cube again and I'm gonna quit cold turkey, because when you've been doing that for a decade, it's frankly a ridiculous statement to make. But yeah, if circumstances change in the future, then I might come back. But for now, I think it's telling me to walk away. So finally, I want to conclude this video. It's already getting long. That I'm really excited about this new chapter, moving to a new city, starting a new job, making new friends. I definitely will attend some UK competitions in the future, so I really hope to meet the community over there and make some new friends. Because as I probably did not mention earlier, I've made some really amazing friendships through cubing and competitions. Some of them I'll take and cherish with me for life. And of course, I'm also hoping that competing less is going to give me more time and, of course, money to travel for leisure, because I often find when I'm competing, I'm away for the weekend in a new city, but I really don't get to do a lot of sightseeing in the new city. So I'm hoping to redirect some of my time and resources to, just exploring, discovering new places. And yeah, I think that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys soon, and I'll keep you updated in case of any new updates with respect to my second YouTube channel or anything else that's going to go on in my life. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.